Hello and welcome to the Nexus. Today we're doing issue 119 of our tumbler build. Okay, so we are coming up to the end. So this is the last one before the last one. The penultimate, is it penultimate issue? The last one's the final issue. So this is it, and this is what we got. Now I have got the tumbler on a bigger table. It's not in this room anymore because we are right near the end. I'm just going to show you actually what we get. Okay, so we get our base plate, which is here. This is our base plate with our battery holder thing there. So that will obviously go in when all that's done. This is all plastic. We get AAM screws to secure that in. And we also get this little wire here. So I'm not going to be using this because the front mechanism on the car is fine. The wheels turn left and right like they're supposed to. Some people went and swapped the leads around. So two went into 3 and 4 went into 5. And they basically just swapped it. So 2 went into 4 and the other way around. And 3 went into 5. Basically this one here connects onto 2, as you can see. It's got a little 2 on it, and then just connects into 3, and it's like a little extender cable, but it's not. It's a reverse polarity one. So basically this just reverses this wire, so the sensor doesn't get stuck. I'm not going to be using that, but that is what you get. I will show you where that goes when we come to do the build, but I'm not going to put it on. One, like I said, I don't need it. My steering works absolutely fine. Even when you go on to full lock, it still works fine. Now, like I said, some people swap the wires around. If you've already swapped the wires around, that's fine. If you haven't and you still want the fix, this is the fix for it. And we'll come on to that in just a minute. So, we have just got this base plate to go on. It's going to be a little bit of a pain to put on because it's underneath the car. So yeah, so the first thing we're going to do is go to our car and put this on. Fun. Okay, as you can see, we've tipped it up. I've got Kirsty here. Hang on, Kirst. She's holding it for me. But I've managed to get it on its side. And obviously this flap here was already broken anyway. But this is going to be difficult for you to put anyway. However you want to do it. They say to put it on its roof, to put this panel on. I've got it on its side. Yeah. Okay, so here's all these wires here. Now I'm not going to put that wire in for obvious reasons, but if you take off this panel, so that means unscrewing all these, you can then just put this on and reverse the polarity of the wheels so they work better. Mine work fine as it is. Okay, firstly what we've got to do is we've got to take this tape off if we can. Okay, so we've took the tape off, and now what we've got to do is put this the right way round. So like that, for obvious reasons. That will come. I'll explain. Oh, sorry. I'll explain that in just a minute. Hang on a sec. Just want to make sure this still works. Yep. Okay. So I'll turn it off. Okay. So next, what we're going to do is put this panel on. Also making sure that we tuck all these wires and we don't catch any of them. Okay, so that's going to go on like that, and we're going to screw it on with them. So we've got one here and then this 4 at the side, so I'm going to head and do that now. Okay, so that is on. And then the next thing is for us to just place that on. There we go, like that. So the next thing is just to pull it over. You got it?
Yeah.
There we go. Right, hang on, that's it. Just like that. And there we go. So the only thing left to do is our cockpit, and we can turn it on as well. Now I've got this on. I think it's at the other side, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So let's try booster works, and it's a lot louder now as well. So the booster now works. So we can now roll it forward now. There we go. Spoilers. They just don't move very well anyway, as we know that. Okay, they do work, but I'm not going to muck about too much with them. Okay, interior lights. Hey, there we go. So literally the only thing left is this one, which is the cockpit. And yeah, well, let's go and talk about that. And there we go. So thanks to Kirsty for helping me. I would say you will definitely need someone to help you maneuver that. I would find it very difficult to do it on my own. That's just how I've done that. I didn't obviously put it on its roof because you're going to be screwing down. So even if you've got a lot of pillows or something soft to lay on, I think still you're pushing down on top. It's going to really, with those the old ailerons there, you've got to be really careful. We'll have a look at what comes up in the next issue in just a moment. I want to do some shout outs, obviously, because we're right near the end now, so we're only one issue away from finishing this whole build. And I just want to say thank you to everyone that have stuck with us on this journey. Bonkers Bear, I think that's how you say it. Found your content from watching World of Wayne. I'm waiting for the last package before fitting any of the back wheels. Going to use your tip or taping them together before fitting. Yeah, totally. If you haven't done the back wheels yet, I would say the best way of doing them is to use the masking tape like I did. It keeps them all together. It's easier to put on and screw it up together, and a lot more simpler than the solution that they give you in the magazine. That's what I'm going to say with that one. Ryan, awesome video. Thank you so much for your comment, Ryan. Peter Lewis, it's been one hell of a journey. It bloody well has, that's for sure. Oh my god, some of those, I mean, sort of recapping and going back on a lot of the stuff it's been an emotional one, let's put it that way. It's been one hell of a ride. It very much has been. Dave McBuilds, great build, Kev, looks awesome with the wheels on. I bet they add more weight to it now. Well, sort of they do, but actually not as much as you would expect them to. But there is a bit of weight now on that, though it still sits without the little base. It still sits perfectly, and as you saw, we flipped it over and I checked out the wheels, and the wheels do move even when they're not on that the old rotating stand. So it does put a little bit more pressure on it, but I just want to point that out to say that I did do that and it was fine. Roger, nice video, Kev. Nearly there now. It's been a great journey. PS, I won't be turning off. You've been a massive help, and I'll be still doing the Robocop build view. Stay safe. It is right behind me right here. Thank you so much for watching and supporting the channel. Everyone, really, just thank you so much. And I just hope everyone just sticks around still and watches me build other stuff and sort of me stumbling through stuff as I do. But yeah, thank you so much. Scott, we'll be interested to see what Hachette release in the place of it now. It's nearly finished. I've looked on the books. I've looked for newsagent stuff, and I can see nothing. What normally happens when a build finishes, or comes close to finishing, is they normally bring out a part work probably a couple of weeks or a month before the artwork is about to finish. So you sort of got that little bit of a run on. They do that with the Warhammer stuff, and they have done that in the past with others, but with this one, they haven't. So we just have to wait and see what comes out. Obviously, a Dalek's out now. Maybe that was the run-on one. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what they do. There's a few things floating around for Hachette at the moment. That includes the Batman figurine build, but also it includes the 1/6 scale James Bond car as well from them. They could even bring out something else. We've also just had a test for one of the Guardians of the Galaxy ships, so that could be an interesting one. But we'll see what comes out and see where I stand with doing stuff, because I'm rapidly running out of room, so I have to be a bit more selective on what I build now. So it is what it is, I suppose. And David, looking really good, Kev. Love the ideas of the masking tape to hold the rear tyres together and help with the fitting. Well done, nice one. Yeah, it really did help. It helped massively when putting it on. I didn't do it with the first one because a bit like with arms and legs, you get to. So one's obviously an error one, one's trial and error, while the other one you know exactly what you're doing, and that's what I did with the masking tape. But yeah, 100% the masking tape really does work. It's a simple solution, but it really does work. Travis, looking great, Kev. How much does it weigh in total? Have you got any scales? I haven't weighed it, to be completely fair. I have got some scales, but I would imagine it's going to be over the 10k mark, well over 10k. But well, I'll have to measure. I'll have to weigh it and find out. Maybe I'll do that for the last issue. And Stephen, for love of God, issue 111. I can't get that plate thing in. Just won't go in for some reason. Goes about halfway. Now, is that the bit that goes on to the rear axle? That was a bit of a pain for me as well. And you have to sort of, the best way of doing it is squeezing it, and you really, really have to squeeze it up as well. It's a very, very, very tight fit. I only just managed to do it myself, but you have to really squeeze it up, push it up. You know when it's on because it clicks into place. But yeah, you really have to sort of, I had to sort of squeeze it with all my might, really squeeze it to pop it in. It's a very tight fit, but it's good that it is a tight fit because you don't want that bit to be loose. But yeah, it was a bit of an issue, that one. Hope that helps. Anyway, you're here at the end of the video. I did show you what was coming in issue 120. I have been mentioning it for the last couple of videos, but there we go. There it is there. So it says you complete your tumbler with the antennas and support. So these here are the little antennas that go on the sides of the ailerons here. Aerials, I should say, antennas, aerials. They go on the little sides here. Then you've also got a double-sided tape and the screws to fit this bit. I hope everyone's still got that for the roof mechanism. Now, I'm going to talk about the roof mechanism just a minute. We also get these 4 supports. Now, these are the wheel supports that, well, they basically sit under the car to raise it. Now, I don't know why they've supplied these, because we already have the turntable, which raises the car up anyway, unless they give us an option either to have it as the turntable or we have these blocks. Normally we get these blocks in other car builds, and they sit under the chassis just to raise it and to release the pressure off the wheels. So there isn't much pressure on the suspension system, but yeah, don't know why we've got that, because we already got the turntable. But that is it. In terms of the cockpit, now I'm hoping that it's working, but if it doesn't, that's fine. I'm not going to use it. I've already decided what I'm going to do with that if it doesn't work. So fingers crossed it does. If it doesn't, it's not at the end of the build, and it's not a bit of a downer, because I think when it is fitted, I think the cockpit itself is not going to be very viewable. I don't think it's going to go up as high as people expect it to, for starters. And it's a nice little feature. It looks cool, but I think it all depends. Also, as well, I think if you're going to stick action figures in here, which some people have, so they've used the NECA ones or McFarlane ones that you can get that sit in here. You probably won't be viewable, and they will probably be impossible to either sit in before see after you've put the roof on. So they'll have to go in before, and I think getting them out is going to be an absolute nightmare to do that with this roof section on. So just bear that in mind. And I think if you do sit an action figure in these seats here, they probably won't see very much, because I don't think it's going to raise as well as I hope. Now, I have seen it move, so I do know some people have got it to work, but it's very sluggish and juttery. From the videos that I've seen a couple now, it moves very slowly, and it's a bit jerky as well. I don't know whether that's down to batteries or what, but yeah, we'll come on to it. I'm going to see if mine works. If it doesn't, it's fine. And I like the ability to actually have it so I can take the whole thing off and on as I wish. Obviously leaving the lights on the top section on, but apart from that, I think lifting it on and off is fine. But we'll see what happens in the last issue. It's been a hell of a journey. Thank you guys for watching. I've been Nexus. Have a look on the channel to see what there is. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and we'll see you at the next video, guys. But until then, thanks for watching, and we'll see you later.
Tune into the channel, Nexus is the name. All the hardest content, you'll never be the same. Laughs and thrills, excitement,